Back in November, I put out my original Cold War review. I'd say it was alright basing it off of the content it had back then, but now it's 2021. They've had many weapon balances, added new weapons, seasons, and battle passes, so today I'm going to be giving an updated 2021 review and talk about whether it's better or not. If you haven't watched my original review, be sure to check it out, and I'll leave a link in the description, so let's get started. We obviously have multiple things to talk about, but the first thing I feel should be addressed first are the weapons. At the time of my prior review, the only broken weapon was the MP5 at most, but even then it was bearable. I guess another mention could be the AK-74U, but then the MAC-10 came out. That gun was probably the most annoying weapon to go up against because it took no effort or skill to actually get kills with it. It also ruled Warzone for a while, but I'll get into the Battle Royale later. Next thing is the DMR, which is another gun that ruled Warzone and multiplayer for a couple weeks. Then the Street Sweeper, which is also broken. Are you noticing a pattern here? Every new weapon becomes the new meta because they never seem to balance it well for the first couple of weeks. But I do have a theory on why they do this. There's a large demographic of COD players that only play Warzone, so by making really good Cold War guns, it forces the Warzone players to buy their game and buy the battle pass. Once they do that, it forces them to continuously play and level it up for Warzone. But obviously those weren't the only metas. At the time of recording this, the LC-10 was just nerfed because even that was relatively shredding people too. Now they've also added other weapons like the Groza and the China Lake from BO1, but those weren't crazy like the others. I'm sure I missed a weapon or two, but I've covered most of the new ones for now. Now a bunch of maps have been added, whether I'm talking about multiplayer or zombies. For the multiplayer side, they added Raid and Express, two of the best Black Ops 2 maps in my opinion, and they've also added gunfight maps like Mansion and even Nuketown as one. They've also added this map called Apocalypse, which is the map that I'm playing on in the gameplay that you're seeing right now. But at the time that I'm recording this, Season 3 for Cold War is dropping in about 3 days. And I also see that they're adding Standoff from Black Ops 2 as well, so I'm really excited for that. They're also going to be coming out with, I think, a gunfight in like 2 6v6 maps. I'm not really sure yet. There's a bunch of content coming in that new season. I also saw that they're going to be adding another Outbreak map, which is a zombies mode that I'll get into in a little bit. Now, there's been 2 zombies maps added, one being Firebase Z. I haven't really played it that much yet, to be honest, and Outbreak, which is more so a mode. Now, in my opinion, I feel as if Outbreak is easily one of my favorite zombie modes in a while. It takes the large and expansive maps from Dirty Bomb, ones like Golova, Ruka, and Alpine, and you have objectives, and it is one of the most entertaining things I've played in a while. I just really enjoy it overall because of how large and expansive these maps are. You know, it's not really something you'd expect to see in a zombies mode, but I really think it's one of the coolest things that they've done in a while. I'd like to talk about the Battle Pass since I honestly think that it is a really good deal for this game. Whether you have the Battle Pass or not, it's really good because if you don't have it, you still get things like operator costumes, weapons, and COD points out of it. And that's something cool, is the fact that you only have to buy it once because you earn the COD points that you've spent by tiering up, so you can rebuy it every season. I just really like the fact that you can repurchase it every time and also get a bunch of add-ons throughout it. Now on to Warzone. So with the first Cold War update, they added a new map called Rebirth Island, and I honestly love the design so much. They took a part of Rebirth from the campaign of Black Ops 1, but most of it is from Alcatraz. Whether you're taking spots from Mob of the Dead or Blood of the Dead from Black Ops 4. I've been having so much fun with this mode and really enjoyed it overall. But it's not like the normal Warzone, as it works slightly differently. Obviously, the map is smaller and there's less players, but if a person dies on your team, they can come back and redeploy by simply waiting for the countdown. You have to wait about 30 seconds, but by destroying equipment or getting kills, or just getting score in general, you can make the timer go down much faster. It's so much more fast-paced, and I really love those types of games. Now, while I was on my long break of YouTube, I actually ended up getting a Series X. So obviously the first thing I got was the next-gen version of Cold War. To be honest, it is really impressive. On the screen, by the way, I put up a side-by-side to the difference in performance and overall quality, just so you can really understand what I'm talking about. If I'm comparing it to last gen, score streaks would lag games and have big frame rate drops. Every time I've played the next gen version, I've had no performance or quality issues. It genuinely runs so much better, and it just makes the gameplay feel so much more smoother and consistent. Not only that, but I'd also like to bring up the fact that people are even saying that the next gen version runs better than the PC version of Cold War, which is really weird. Now, in the previous Cold War video, I was talking about how this game would be an A tier for me. Now, when I said this, it was originally basing it off of the potential this game would have. I think this game has a good pace of gameplay and it feels smooth to me, but I still don't think it's an A tier. Although they fixed a lot, I still think there's a lot wrong with the game. For example, the fact that they decided to add league play in this game, but still keep skill-based matchmaking in the casual pubs really confuses me. I feel like putting it in the B tier is way more suitable for this game, and I'm way more comfortable with that decision. Although I do genuinely think that this is a decent COD game, it's really hard to live in the standards that most COD players have set for these types of games, because ever since games like Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2, it's been pretty difficult to live up to said standards. Now, before I actually cut to the outro, as I'm editing this right now, I just played Season 3 for Cold War, and I was trying out the PPSH, and take a look at this footage. I mean, what can I say? I'm not really surprised by this. I kind of had a feeling that the PPSH would be broken anyways, but it's just stupid how I'm already starting to call that this PPSH is going to be the meta in Cold War for the next couple of weeks now, but whatever. Back to the outro. So that's all I have for today. Before I end the video, I just want to first and foremost apologize for taking another month off. April's honestly gone by so quick and barely realized that I forgot to upload because school has been so irritating. Luckily, we only have one more month and it'll be all over, so hopefully I can start uploading much more. I just need to keep pushing through till June and it'll be alright. Now, I don't want to make any more promises, but I should be able to get another video up by the end of May. I'm not really too sure. It honestly just depends on how school's going for me. But that's all I have for today, and until the next one, see ya.